Now squad on squad, gate to gate they fought. But how can I tell it all, sing it all like a god? The strain is far too great. Everywhere round the wall the surging inhuman blaze of war leapt up the rocks. The Argives, desperate, had no choice. They struggled now to defend the ships, and the gods were cast down in spirit, all who had urged the Argive soldiers on in battle. But the Lapiths still kept fighting, slaughtering on. There Pirithous' son, the rugged Polypoetes, skewered Damasus, pierced his bronze-sided helmet. None of the bronze plate could hold it, boring through the metal and skull the brazen spear point pounded. Damasus's brains splattered all inside his casque. Polypoetes beat him down despite the Trojans' rage. Then Pylon and Ormenus killed and stripped them both, and the tested veteran Leontius speared Hippomachus, gouged Antimachus' offspring down across the belt. Then drawing his long sharp sword from its sheath, he rushed the front and took Antiphates first, with a quick thrust, stabbing at close range. He slammed on his back, sprawled along the ground. Then Menon, Orestes, Iamenus, Leontes killed the lot, crowding corpse on the earth that rears us all. While the Lapiths stripped their kills of gleaming gear, the fighters trooping behind Polydamas and Hector, the greatest force, the best and bravest, grim set above all to breach the wall and torch the ships, still halted up at the trench, torn with doubt. For suddenly, just as the men tried to cross, a fatal bird sign flashed before their eyes, an eagle flying high on the left across their front and clutching a monstrous bloody serpent in both talons, still alive, still struggling. It had not lost its fight, writhing back to strike it, fanged the chest of its captor right beside the throat, and agonized by the bites, the eagle flung it away to earth, dashed it down amidst the milling fighters, loosed a shriek, and the bird veered off along the gusting wind. The Trojans shuddered to see the serpent glistening, wriggling at their feet, a sign from storming Zeus. And Polydamas stood by headstrong Hector, saying, "Hector, you always seem to attack me in assembly, despite my good advice. Never right, is it, for a common man to speak against you, king? Never in open council, in God-forbidden war. Our part is always to magnify your power. Well, once again I am bound to say what I think best. Stop the attack. Don't fight them at their ships. All will end as the omen says, I do believe, if the bird sign really came to us, the Trojans, just as our fighters tried to cross the trench. That eagle flying high on the left across our front, clutching this bloody serpent in both its talons, still alive. But he let the monster drop at once before he could sweep it back to his own home. He never fed his nestlings in the end. Nor will we. Even if we can breach the Argives' gates and wall, assaulting in force, and the Argives give ground, back from the ships we'll come, back the way we went, but our battle order ruined, whole battalions of Trojans left behind and killed. The Achaeans will cut us down with bronze to save their fleet. So a knowing seer of the gods would read this omen, someone clear in his mind and skilled with signs, a man the Trojan armies would obey. His helmet flashing, Hector wheeled with a dark glance. Enough, Polydamas, your pleading repels me now. You must have something better than this to say. But if you are serious, speaking from the heart, The gods themselves have blotted out your senses. You tell me to forget the plans of storming Zeus, all he promised me when he nodded in assent. You tell me to put my trust in birds, flying off on their long, wild wings. Never. I would never give them a glance, a second thought, whether they fly on the right toward the dawn and sunrise, or fly on the left toward the haze and coming dark. No, no, put our trust in the will of mighty Zeus, king of the deathless gods and men who die. Bird signs, fight for your country. That is the best, the only omen. You, why are you so afraid of war and slaughter? Even if all the rest of us drop and die around you, grappling for the ships, you'd run no risk of death. You lack the heart to last it out in combat, coward. But if you hold back from the bloody foray here, or turn some other soldier back from battle, winning him over, you with your soft appeals, at one quick stroke my spear will beat you down. You'll breathe your last.